So we decided to paint my daughter's bedroom, which is paneling on the walls versus sheetrock. So it's all about the prep. Paneling is just fine to paint, and it actually came out looking really nice right behind me. There's just a couple added steps that you have to consider. Number one, you have to take a brush, and it's all about the primer. You have to use a good primer. And you want to take a brush and hand paint all the seams. So all the little lines where the paneling is, you'll have to hand paint those and do all of your edging. And then you'll have to roll the walls before you apply your color. As far as durability, the paneling is fine. If it's a darker paneling, you'll need a couple of coats of primer versus a lighter paneling. But again, it's all about the primer. The video that I'll show you that's clipped to this, it was the third or fourth time we were painting the paneling. So I just went over the darker shade of the previous color. But the first time that I painted the paneling, I had to wash all of the paneling and then primer the walls with 2 coats of primer before the first time I painted the paneling. So don't be afraid to paint over paneling, and certainly don't be afraid to use a little color on your walls. So right here you'll see that we are painting the edges as well as all of the different grooves that are in the paneling so that we can follow it up with rolling after we do this part. So this is just a scan of the whole room after we've done that step, and we're getting ready for rolling. You can see how dark the purple was, so it had to have a coat of primer. And rather than emptying the room, we put everything in the middle so that we could make it around the outside edge of the room. So then you want to roll your primer onto the wall in a nice even coat. And if it needs 2 coats to get yourself to white before you put your color on, then do 2 coats. You can do 1 coat and then assess how it goes. But if this is your first time painting over the paneling, you'll definitely need 2 coats because the paneling will absorb a lot of the primer on that first coat.
Pink and purple sponge.
You actually use a sponge and you dab the second coat on. It's a real pain in the butt.
Pink and purple sponge. Listen.
So the one additional thing that I just wanted to mention is that when you are priming the paneling to get ready for paint, the other thing that you're going to want to do is to use caulking on all the seams where each piece of paneling meets the next piece of paneling. So just use a nice latex caulk and run a little bead down each piece of paneling. So the paneling sheets are usually 4 feet wide. So you're just going to run a bead of caulk where those seams come together to help make the wall even when you put the paint on so that you don't see the seams where the paneling ends.